Okay, so we're going to set off on the route, starting off at the driving test centre here on Manton Lane. Just going to drive out of the bay forwards. Just be careful to make sure you have a good old check around before you move off. Then coming out of the car park fairly carefully. Make sure you check here for cars left and right. And if you look ahead, there is a cycle lane here, so just approach with caution. Make sure you come out fairly slow. Check in for cyclists that may be coming across there. During the week it's busy down here. It's quite an industrial area, so there's lots of parked lorries, vans. It tends to be pretty busy, this road. So at the end of the road we're going to go left. So there's two set of traffic lights here. Our first set of traffic lights are on green.
Turn left, Brickhill Drive.
And then the following set of traffic lights are on red, so we can proceed through the first set of lights, and we must wait at this second set of traffic lights. Rolling it into first gear, just ready to go. While you're sat waiting at traffic lights, you just have little checks in your mirrors, see what's going on. Just about ready to go, so we're just going to move a little glance to the right just to make sure no one's sneaked through those traffic lights on red. And then we're just out onto Brickhill Drive, so it's a 30-mile-an-hour road, this one. Just be careful around Bedford. There's quite a lot of 30-mile-an-hour zones and quite a lot of 20-mile-an-hour zones, so just be careful that you're at the correct speed. So along this road I'm saying about 29 miles an hour. We're coming up to a little bit of a downhill here, so I'm just conscious that I don't want the speed of my car to pick up and go above 30 miles an hour. So I'm just applying just a little bit of gentle pressure to the brake just as I come down here, and keeping it in third gear as well, so we've just got a little bit of engine braking to control the car.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, Brickhill Drive.
So yeah, just controlling the speed with the brake just down here. It'd be very easy to go above 30 miles an hour on this road, you've got to be extra careful. So just approaching the roundabout, so just checking behind.
Cross the roundabout and
slowing down and selecting some suitable gear. Just keeping an eye on that black car there going ahead, so we can just move out with just being careful. Excuse me.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, Brickhill Drive.
Ahead. So again, just checking behind, bringing the speed down and selecting a suitable gear. So the cars are slightly over to our side of the road due to those parked cars on the right, but as long as you go through carefully and slowly, you'll be fine. So you're going to get pulled up on the left without shadow of a doubt along this road.
After 300
so
yards,
I'm going to pull over on the left just shortly, so I'm going to check my mirrors, signal left. I'm just going to pull up on the left just here by this tree. So reasonably close to the curb, but not bashing the curb, not blocking driveways. It's just securing the car and cancelling the signal. And then they'll give you the command to drive off when it is safe to do so. So I'm just going to be keeping checks on their mirrors. No need to signal. There's a nice gap after this car's come past. Right blind spot check. And drive on. Again, just remembering not to speed off too fast as it's still 30 miles an hour on this road. There's a small roundabout just coming up here, a mini roundabout. We're going to go ahead.
And take the first exit,
so again, mirrors,
Drive.
bringing your speed down, selecting a suitable gear, just checking to the right, and if it's safe, we're going to proceed. So we're coming up to a set of traffic lights. It's currently on red, so again, I'm just checking behind, just to see what's going on there as I'm slowing down. We're going ahead at these traffic lights, so I'm just going to roll it towards these traffic lights in first gear, just in case these lights do change. They're not going to now, but again, just keep a little eye on them mirrors as you're waiting, and just before you move off, a little check to your right, and then move off nice and carefully.
At the end of the road, turn left, B660,
road markings. We don't want to stop in this cycle area in front, so make sure we stop at the first stop line. So again, just have little checks in those mirrors just while you're waiting for the lights to turn green. Little shoulder check, and then off we go. Nice and carefully around this left turn, staying in the left-hand lane and following the road ahead. So it's still 30 miles an hour along here, so just keep checking that speed, making sure it doesn't creep up over 30 miles an hour. You'd be very likely to be stopped on the left again along this road, so I'm just going to pull up on the left. Mirrors, signal. Again, coming in nice and carefully. Securing the car, cancelling that signal, and then again you'll get the command to move off when it's safe to do so. So again, make sure you check around, including that right blind spot check. Don't ever forget to do that. And then moving off nice and carefully. So building the speed up to just under 30 miles an hour along this road. There are some pedestrians there just walking across the road, but they should be out of the way by the time we get there.
After 300 yards, turn right, Royal Allen Drive, then turn right.
Okay, so we've got our next set of directions. So shortly we're turning right. There we go, I can see the right turn there just after the pedestrian crossing. There's nobody there at the pedestrian crossing.
Turn
so appropriate
right,
mirror
then
checks,
turn right.
signal, making sure we stay over onto our side of the road until we know it's safe. Second gear will do, looking into the new road. And there we go, 20 mile an hour give way line there. So priority there for oncoming cars. There was no one there to give way to, so I could proceed through there safely.
After 100 yards, turn right, Poplar Avenue. Turn
So
right.
just following the road round to the right. Quite a steep hill here, you could get a hill start there. Still 20 miles an hour during this stretch of road, so just be mindful that you're not going too fast. Oncoming car, I'm just going to pause here. They should be able to go into that gap. They have, so now we can proceed. Just taking it nice and steady in and around all these parked cars, and we'll probably get a stop on the left along this road as well. I'm not going to stop just here because of the parked cars on the right.
Left, Partno Lane.
So I'm just going to pull up on the left here, just by this 20 mile an hour sign in this tree. Again, just securing the car, and then again drive off when it's safe to do so. So checking around, including that right blind spot check, moving out nice and carefully. So we're just following this road around nice and carefully around these bends. I was down to almost 11-12 miles an hour on that bend.
Turn left, Partno Lane.
You don't want to go around it too fast and be on the path of an oncoming car. So we're going to go left here, so mirrors, signal.
Turn left.
Following the shape of the curb around to the left. Nice rolling first. A good check to the right to make sure it's safe to come out. Again, just building that speed up, making some progress, getting back to there or thereabouts 30 miles an hour. Should be able to get through this gap. That will look oncoming cars quite a distance back. And again, you could get left here quite easily, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to find somewhere to pull up. I'm going to pull up by the second lamppost, so I'm going to check my mirrors, pop a left signal on, coming across nice and
After 300
slow.
yards, turn right, Partner Street.
Past the driveway. Just securing the car, handbrake neutral, cancel signal. So it's a slight hill start here. So I'm going to find my bike first, check around to make sure it's safe, including that right blind spot check. A little bit of extra pressure on the accelerator as it was a hill just there. So we're going to be taking the next road on the right. So I'm going to mirror signal.
Turn right, Partner Street.
Going to move into the right turning lane. Again, slowing down. Nice rolling second so I can check it's safe to drive into Putney Street. Got a pedestrian crossing down there, just making sure there's nobody coming across. Again, still currently 30 miles an hour, just being super careful with your speed driving around Bedford.
After 300 yards, turn left, Bedford Drive, then turn right.
So mirrors and signalling. So mirrors and signalling left to take
Turn
this
left,
turn just here.
then turn right.
And then it's the next right. So again,
Turn
mirrors,
right,
signalling,
Arundel Drive.
keeping on the left hand side of the road. Go nice rolling second here on approach. Make sure we can see what's going on in the new road. And then make some progress if it's safe to do so. Making sure you're giving adequate clearance to parked cars on the left. And again, just keeping an eye out on that speed.
At the end of the road, turn right, Church Lane, then cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, so it's right at the end of the road, so I'm keeping my position just left of the centre line. Mirrors
Turn
and
right,
signalling.
then cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
Just pausing here to make sure it's safe. There's a few cars coming towards me on the left. I'm going to be looking for a safe gap. So I should be able to go after this next black car that's just turning into our road. Getting a quick check in both directions and then move off nice and smoothly.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, Church Lane,
Again,
then
checking
turn
behind,
right.
bringing the speed down, nice rolling second on approach, checking to the right. Mirrors and signalling to exit the roundabout. So we've got a cyclist here in front of us on the left, so we're going to have to be mindful of that person.
After 200
So we're just going to
yards,
hold back
turn right, Queen's Drive.
until these cars have come past. Then we've got some space so we can go around the cyclist. Again, a little hill start here. That was quite good timing that the lights changed to green. Again, just a little check round before we move off. Make sure there's no motorcyclists or anything coming up on our
Turn
right hand
right.
side. And it's a right turn just here. So mirrors signal. It is clear for us to turn into Queen's Drive. Again, it could be another location where you get pulled up on the left just along here. right. So it's 30 miles an hour along this particular road. Just being mindful that we can't see too much around this bend, and there is an oncoming car here, so I'm going to really slow down. No need to stop, just kind of slowly moving forwards just to time it nicely so they can go around that bend. Some more parked cars here on the left, so just bringing that speed down, so I can't see particularly well around this bend. The road now starts to open up, and I can see some traffic lights just coming towards us. We're going ahead of these traffic lights. So again, at these set of traffic lights, I'm going to make sure I don't go into the cycle area. I'm going to stop at the first stop line, not the second stop line. Again, little mirror checks just as we're waiting. As it goes to amber, quick check to the right, and again move off nice and smoothly. So still 30 miles an hour along this road. Again, could be a popular place to pull up on the left, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up just before we get to this black car in front, so I'm going to mirror as a signal, gently drifting across. Coming to a stop just before the driveway. So this could be our angled move off, so we're moving off about a car length back from another car. So it's called that because we have to come out at an angle, and it's a slight hill start, this one. So I'm going to make sure I'm at my bike and ready to go. Full check around, including that right shoulder check just before we move off. Squeeze the gas and safely around the parked car.
At the end of the road, turn right, partner lane, then take the second left.
Okay, so just keeping an eye out on these pedestrian crossings. There would be a perfect place to do a parallel park just behind that blue car. So we're going to turn right at the end of the road, mirror signalling.
Take the second left. After 200 yards, turn left, Brackenway.
So just slowing down, ready to turn left just here, popping a signal on.
Turn left.
It's quite a sharp turn into this new road, so we're going to go around there carefully in second gear, just keeping control of the speed. And just checking it's safe to go in and around all these parked cars. Going to be another great place for you to get a pull up on the right and reverse back 2 car lengths.
At the end of the road, turn left, Wentworth Drive.
So just checking around these parked cars, just making it safe, just bringing that speed down a little bit, just to go around safely. So at the end of the road it's left, so we're going to just
Turn
mirror
left.
signal left. Again, just following the shape of the curb around to the left. Nice rolling first, so we can have a good check both ways. Got a couple of vehicles here to give way to from the right. In fact, I think I'll be able to go out before that next one, so we don't want to be too hesitant. If we've got an opportunity to go, we should absolutely be going. always maintaining a nice safe distance from the vehicle in front in case they decide they're going to do a bit of harsh braking. We'll be ready for it.
Exit.
So second exit ahead again at this one, so keeping that nice safe gap. Tyres and tarmac rule, remember. Checking to the right. There's just a couple of cars to give way to. The silver one's going ahead, that black one's turning left, so I can move out. Just remembering good lane discipline, following your road round on the left. Mirrors and signal to exit. Checking mirrors and slowing down until this car's moved. Just drop my gear, ready to get going again. And still 30 miles an hour along this road.
300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, Avon Drive.
Just checking the appropriate mirrors, middle and right, bringing the speed down.
Cross the roundabout.
Selecting a suitable gear, which I'm going to go
exit.
for second gear. Clear to the right, so we'll just keep moving there. No need to fully stop there, just slowing down enough, just to give yourself enough time just to make sure it is safe. And at a slow enough speed to be able to stop if you needed to.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, Waverton Avenue.
So again, just checking these pedestrian crossings, checking mirrors, bringing that speed down, signalling
Go
right.
right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Checking to the right, keep it rolling if you can. And it's the third exit, so that's my second exit. So now mirrors and signalling left. Again, another pedestrian crossing just there. Let's just make sure it's completely clear.